guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I am here to do a little bit of a play and a craft along. Marie from After Midnight Designs very kindly contacted me and asked me if I would like to have a play with some of her digis. So I got these gorgeous ones. It's her kit called Irises, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's a full, you know, full size kind of kit. It has lots of background pages and it's got lots of ephemera pieces. So I'll just kind of show you some of the background pages here. They're absolutely gorgeous, and they have these vibrant coloured irises here, which, I mean, as you know, I love colour. Oops, love colour. So these are, you know, just gorgeous. And look at that. That's just probably my all-time favourite colour, green. Absolutely gorgeous colour. So yeah, lots of pages there. Absolutely beautiful. Really striking, beautiful designs. And then in the ephemera, she's got lots of envelopes. So I've begun cutting out the envelopes there. So, and again, I'm sure they'd be very versatile with lots of different things. And she's got this one with tags and what do you call those things, like tabs and tags, and these are very neutral, so these would be just, you know, ideal to work with anything at all. She's got tickets again that are very you know, plain, so would go with anything. She's got tickets here that are patterned with the lovely irises patterns as well. She's got small tickets here again in neutral colours, and she's got some banners there. So absolutely tons and tons of bits and pieces to choose from. She's also got these beautiful pockets, and everything's been sort of inked up around the edges, which just looks so pretty. So lovely designs. And then she's got these little pieces here, more banners. What do you call these? Slanty pockets. I forgot the word there. Slanty pockets. Again, all in just the beautiful, you know, coordinating patterns. So absolutely lovely things here. And then she's got a file folder there, again in the sort of neutral, so would go with anything, and a file folder there in the, you know, in the pattern. So absolutely gorgeous kit, I have to say. What I thought that we could do is make one of those tiny journals like what we made in the 7 days working on my desk. I loved making that and just had the most fun. So I thought this would be quite a good kit to use for that. So I'm thinking I may use like this as the cover, and what I'll do is just, you know, fold it in and decide where I want to cut it down. So as I get the, you know, the, I mean, they're all nice patterns, but, you know, so as I get the nicest part of the pattern. So, I mean, I love that probably more than that side. So, well, I mean, they're all nice. Yeah, they're all lovely. So I'm just going to fold that over like that so that I can cut that down. So, and again, I should really pull out my bone folder, but never mind, I don't know where that is at the moment. Well, it's in my tin, but I don't want to go reaching across. So just going to cut this down like that. I won't keep these only because the flowers are quite sort of big on those pieces, so probably, you know, I won't use those. But I mean, isn't that just gorgeous? Lovely cover. So I'm going to use that as the cover, and now I'm just deciding whether to thicken that up with anything or whether to just go for that as it is. Let's just have a bit of a think. This is on 160 GSM, so I mean, to be honest, it's not obviously going to be the thickest, you know, most durable cardstock, so it probably could do with a bit of thickening up really. What I'm going to do is just trim it down slightly like that, and then I'll keep these to one side because these are going to be my cover, and then start forming my pages you know, as I would like my pages to be. So a bit like the, you know, the small journal that we made on the 7 days working with what's on my desk, I'm just going to have random pages, you know, of different sizes. So I'm just going to, oops, cut that down. In fact, I don't even need to cut this down. What I can do is fold it in like that to make that a pocket. And then I can just chop that down so as it's going to fit nicely inside the cover, like that. Okay, so that's one page. Sorry, I nearly knocked my glue off. I mean, this just, yeah, I really love that green. Wondering whether I should have used that as the front cover now. Then that would be at the back. I don't want to not have that green, if you see what I mean, because I just absolutely love it. Right, but then I love this side as well. I should have shrunk these down and printed them smaller. Oh well. Right, let's just do, again, a bit like what we did on the other one, and make this one a similar style, as in, you know, a pocket. So again, we'll just go in like that. I can turn that over, and that then, you know, just forms a pocket. And that way we've held on to all of that green, because I didn't want to not have that showing because it's so pretty. So again, I'll just trim this down now. So I've got a couple of big pages there. So what I'd probably quite like to do now is have smaller, you know, some smaller pages. So I'm just going to take this one. We'll just fold this one in like that. And then what I'll do, I'll just trim this one down. Now obviously this has been printed on white and I haven't coffee dyed it or anything like that. So, you know, you could at this point coffee dye it. Now I'm wondering, let's just do this sort of size. Oops, like that. And I will hang on to that in case I want to use it for something else. We've got this lovely page here. So again, I would probably prefer to have the pink rather than the yellow. You know, if I've got to choose, I'd rather have lots of the pink. So we'll just again trim that down here. And this just seems like a natural break. So I'm just going to just do that. And then we can have that as two little pages, which would be quite nice. And then this one, I mean, again, there's such pretty images. It's, you know, you want to kind of get as many as you can, but let's have that one like that. And again, we'll just cut this down here. And then we'll just cut a little bit off the bottom, I think, of this one. Might hang on to that and these, stingy as that sounds, but you know, we might want those. And then I've got this patterned paper, and obviously I've got those envelopes and things, so I could make some further pages out of those if I want to. I might not use the neutral one, or I may use it in a little while, so I'm just going to pop that sort of down to the side. And I have got this one, which I almost forgot about, so again, let's just take that over here, or do we want it this way? Just take it over here like that. Trim that down. I will bin this one and be ruthless and rigid, you know, needs to go. And then the final one, this one, again, need to just decide which side I'm most drawn to. I really like both sides, so it's a bit of a tough one. Well, to be fair, what we could do is, again, fold this in and form a pocket page. And to be honest, we could make this quite a small page with a pocket, if that makes sense. And I mean, if you see, that's longer, you know, the back is longer than the front, but that doesn't matter because obviously once this is all stitched in, you know, that's not really going to matter at all. So what I'm thinking is if we just do that through the middle, oops, I can make 2 little pocket pages there. Yep, yeah, that's quite good. Right, so these are my pages now. So that's going to be my cover, which I'm not undecided yet whether to reinforce that or not. Now, do I coffee dye this or leave it white? I mean, actually it's quite nice white because this is such a bright, vivid coloured kit that the white actually looks quite pretty. You know, I don't always coffee dye my stuff, and I think there are definitely times when actually, you know, you can get away with just the white. Is this one of those moments? And like that. Maybe have that one. Or maybe this one here. Trying to gauge what's going to be showing next to what, if that makes sense. So let's have this here, I think. Yep, pop that one in there, and then we could have this one here, and we could have that one just, you know, a sort of, well, to be fair, we could have this one clipped over a page actually. That seems like that's what it's lending itself to me. Okay, so that looks really pretty. Now, just decide, you know, I just need to decide whether to ink this up or not, coffee dye it or not. I can't decide. What I'm going to do is stitch this round, I think, on the sewing machine. I may pop some extra paper inside this so it's slightly reinforced as the cover. And then what I'm going to do is stitch all of this into here so it's, you know, a journal, and then we can have a bit of play decorating it, you know, making it look beautiful. So I will be back. Right guys, I am back. So what I've done basically is I have stitched around the outside cover there, and then what I did, I took all of the pages and I have inked them up using a combination of this picked raspberry distress ink and this blueprint sketch. I'll just move this one out of the way because I didn't end up using that. So yeah, so I inked them up using a combination of these, and wherever there was purple shades and I needed something a little bit more purpley, I've mixed the 2 shades together. So like here, I just mixed the blueprint and the picked raspberry, so I had a bit more of a, you know, lilac-y, well, purpley thing going on. And then, yeah, I stitched all the pages in just on the sewing machine. So that's that. I mean, it looks so pretty because these papers are just so beautiful. You know, as I say, I love those vibrant colours, and I just thought actually I didn't really want to go down the coffee dyed route because I wanted to, you know, really make the most of the gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous pages. I have just noticed that I have unfortunately popped this one in upside down. I hope I haven't done that with all of them. Let me just check. No, that one's not the right way. So that, I think, no, that might be upside down. Right, so I have put 2 in upside down, which is pretty annoying. Okay, Right, well, we'll try and get round that and cover that up somehow. So what else I did was I have dug out a whole abundance of pretty things in gorgeous colours that I thought would just coordinate nicely with this journal. So I have some pink lace, I've got some pink ruffle, I've got some of this green ruffle, and then I've picked out also these 3 gorgeous ribbons. I mean, these colours are just so up my street, I can't tell you. So I'm just going to make something really pretty and happy and colourful and, you know, scrumptious using these bits and bobs, I think. And I also have got my Tim Holtz stapler because I'm just going to be stapling on like ribbon ruffles, I think, in places. So that's the plan. I have pulled out, ready to use, a couple of the pockets. So I'm just going to cut out this one here, like that. Yes, so thank you very much, Marie, for getting in touch. That was really kind of you, and beautiful papers, I must say. So obviously I will put links below for Marie's shop, so that, you know, to go and check out her lovely kit. So there we go. Now, where do we want to pop this? I mean, it looks nice there. Could have it here, or what we could do is try and cover up some of that mistake that I made there with the, you know, placing the thingamajigglies, the pages, placing the pages upside down. So perhaps we should do that. Oh, I don't know, maybe we should make a belly band there or something, actually. Let's have it here, I think. So I'm just going to fold in the pockets. So I hope that everybody's doing well. I hope you're all managing to stay safe and well. I mean, you know, I don't want to make this a kind of unhappy place by talking about what's going on, but having said that, it's obviously, it's hard to ignore, isn't it, what's going on. So yeah, I hope that everybody is staying well and staying healthy and, you know, doing well and being happy, really. So you know, stay indoors, get some nice crafting done. I have got a couple of things which hopefully might cheer everybody up, but I'm still working on those things, so it may be a little bit of time yet. But just to give you an update as well, which this may be repeated, because I may, you know, have already mentioned this in another video, depending on how things get uploaded. Obviously, it's, you know, it's now been announced that the children are going to be home from school, actually for the foreseeable future, was how they've worded it. So, I mean, obviously, nobody knows really what that means. My husband obviously is working from home as well. So, I mean, so far, I've kind of agreed with him that we're going to have a bit of a shift pattern going on. Where, I mean, of course, my middle son is 13. He doesn't really need babysitting or anything else. But of course, you know, he will need some attention. I can't just leave him to his own devices the whole day or anything. But, you know, my daughter's only 6. So, I mean, of course, she's going to need a lot more attention. So I've spoken to my husband and kind of said, you know, the thing is, I don't want to now just, you know, like us women do, have to be suddenly... I'm the main child carer, you know, and I will just do it all. So, you know, I'm hoping that we're going to do it in sort of shifts whereby, you know, I will perhaps work the whole morning and he will obviously, you know, watch over my daughter. And I, you know, I just kind of said to him, that doesn't mean allowing her on her tablet the entire, you know, like say 8 till 12. Of course there will be times where he, you know, has to go on calls and things like that. So, you know, we're going to have to play it by ear is what I'm trying to spit out and making a bit of a hash of. But, you know, I don't want her to have just spent her entire time on her tablet and therefore my shift takes over and she's then, you know, not wanting to get off her tablet, and you know how it is. And then suddenly I have to do all the things that are set for like homeschooling, you know. Yeah, so we'll see. So the plan is anyway that I will do the bulk of my work in the morning. So hopefully I will still be able to film videos and, you know, kind of hopefully continue as per normal-ish. We will have to see how that goes. I mean, of course, that's the plan. I'm really hoping that that's going to be able to be, you know, how it is. But I mean, to be honest, we're in uncharted waters, as is everybody. I'm not trying to say it's worse for us. Of course, you know, we are very, very, very lucky that we are able to work from home, you know, because I realise that there's a lot of people who are not able. But I'm just you know, I'm just kind of here vocalising so that those people who do watch my channel, you know, regularly, I just want you to know, if for any reason I get behind with filming or anything like that, it's not an intentional thing. And of course, you know, yeah, just I will be doing my best to continue as normal, I think is what I'm trying to spit out, and obviously making a bit of a hash of saying. But yeah, I just want you to know that, you know, I will be doing my best to continue as normal-ish as possible. There may be times where obviously it's not quiet in the house, you know, there may be kind of noise, you know, we'll just have to play it by ear really and see. So yeah, I just wanted to let people know that, because I don't want people to think that, you know, if for any reason filming gets behind, I don't want you to think that I'm just, you know, off kind of like forgotten about my channel or anything. It would merely be that, of course, you know, perhaps I've had to do other things, is what I'm trying to say, and obviously making a very bad hash of saying it. So anyway, but yeah, I do hope that everybody's doing well, and as I say, you know, try and have like business as usual kind of on my channel and things, and yeah, hopefully we will all just manage to get through it, stay indoors, stay safe, you know, and by us all, I mean, you know, all of us. I don't just mean kind of in my household, I mean everybody. And hopefully we can just kind of all, yeah, get through it with craft and having craft time and things, doing some nice things there. So yeah, that's kind of basically where I'm at, and just waffling about. I mean, of course, nobody knows really what's, you know, where we're going to end up or what's going to happen. But we can just do our best, can't we, as a world, really, globally, you know. It's very, very, very shocking. But anyway, enough dwelling on that, you know, because I don't want to kind of make this a miserable place. Let's have a nice time on here and try and put what else is going on to one side. So yeah, it's lovely being able to use these bright colours with this kit. I'm always drawn to bright colours. So this is, you know, up my street, I must say. And as soon as I saw that beautiful colour green, I thought, oh, I've got the perfect ribbon, this green one, to just use with that. So yes. Oh, again, I'm very hot because, and I know that I'm just repeating myself here, but, you know, I know I've said before, but I do my videos up in our sort of loft area, and of course it does get very hot up here. So yeah, it's one of those moments where I'm feeling quite hot. Anyway, worse things happen, so, you know, it's not the end of the world. Okay, shall we have a bit of lace maybe going across that pocket there? What do you think? Might come back to that and just have a think. I'm using my hot glue because I've run out of my fabric glue. And yeah, I need to order some more. So I'm just using my hot glue because it's nice and instant. And as I'm filming this, the kids are still at school. It's the last day before they're not going to be at school. I did give them the option to stay home, but my son, who normally would be dying for a day off, he said, oh, I'd best make the most of it while I can, you know, if it's until further notice. And my daughter is actually gutted because she loves school. So, I mean, straight away she said, oh, but Mum, I love school. And I said, well, I know you do, darling, but, you know, there's nothing anyone can do about that, you know. It's to keep you safe. So, yes, I'm trying to obviously back-to-back film as much as I can before the kids are at home, you know, and the house is no longer silent. Okay. I love the colour of this purple ribbon. Isn't it beautiful? I'm not necessarily a purple, you know, big purple lover, actually. Probably what I mean by that is I don't wear purple, because actually in other contexts I do quite like purple. Probably I just mean I don't, you know, I very rarely would wear purple. In fact, I don't think I own a single purple item of clothing. Oops, that staples off the edge of the page now. Oh, only just. Perhaps I'll just pop another one on, just for good measure. Make sure that's really stapled down. Oh, that's so pretty, isn't it? Just running down the edge there. So what I'm going to do is just cover that up with something. So I've got here some banners and things. So I could just pop a banner down there, which would just cover up the staples, you know, on like the reverse side. So we'll just chop that down. So there will be no talk about latest films that we've seen or anything from the cinema anyway. My son said straight away, oh, Mum, you know, we'll have to get a Netflix subscription. So he'd already planned getting Netflix. So, I mean, businesses like that, I guess, are going to, you know, really do well, aren't they? Because obviously everyone's going to be watching movies and whatnot. I did hear that they're going to be putting on like educational programs and things during the day for children, which I thought would be fantastic because, I mean, it's all very well thinking we're all going to homeschool the children for a bit, but oh my gosh, you know, I'm not sure how good I would be at knowing what I'm talking about, I must say. So, yeah, right, let's just pop that. Trying to decide what, you know, what way round is better to have that. Now, I have also brought along, I think, let me just check whether I have or not, because I might be talking rubbish now. I thought I'd brought along some of my number tabs, but now I'm looking, I don't think I have. Oh no, I don't think I have. Oh, maybe I have, hold on. Sorry. Right, because what I thought was, maybe some of the black ones would be really good as a contrast. But now actually I'm looking maybe some of the ivory ones. But I was kind of wondering about having a black one. But now I'm thinking actually maybe some just ivory. So again, I'm just going to ink that up slightly around the edge in the pink. Just to keep that lovely pink theme going through. So like that. So I think I'm just going to stick that on there. Like that. And again, I might just use my hot glue because it's going down the side there next to those staples. So that's the only reason I'm doing that, because I haven't got any of the fabric glue. So we'll just run that down there. Okay. Okie dokie, and then I'm just going to pop a little bit of the lilac lace that I'd used a bit previously. Just going to pop that across the top here. So just chop that down. That looks pretty, doesn't it? So again, just using that hot glue like that. So I probably should actually order some fabric glue after this video in case I can't get any for a while. So like that, there we go. And then I did just ink up one of those numbers, didn't I? What have I done with that now? There we go. Might just have that there, or we could have it, maybe we'll have it here actually. That's just, I was thinking these flowers would be really good, and I've had these for a long time, and you know, it would be a good way to use some of them. Yeah, that's pretty, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is just staple that on like that. And then we'll just glue that down there. Okay. Okie dokie, right. Oops. Okay. So that's just stuck onto that little page there, so that looks pretty. And you know that little piece that I was going to have as a page, I've just had that, you know, just cut that off to have as like a little flippy bit that I'm going to just paper clip on somewhere. So just decide where I'm going to clip that. But again, I think what I'll do is just trim that off at the bottom with a little bit of the purple lace. Ooh, now, which side do I want as the front? I was assuming I would have the other side, but actually I think I'll have this side, because then I can have that beautiful green showing, which is so pretty. So we just pop that like that. Just trim that down. And then what I'll do, I think, is just round the corners, just to give it a slightly more finished off appearance, like that. Okay, and then we can just clip that on. I think we might clip that on here, you know. What I could do is actually glue that on, and then that way it covers up the fact that that's upside down, so I could make that like a little pocket. I think I'm going to do that, because otherwise, you know, I don't know quite what I'm going to be doing covering that up. So I'm going to round the corners here like that. Oops. And then take this here, and I'm just going to pop it on there. We could even have like a little thumb hole in the side, actually, you know, to make it look more like an intentional pocket. So, whoops, like that. And then just, oh, where did I put that other brush? There we go. Just ink that up with a little bit of the pink. Like that, okay. So what I'll do, I will clip that on as a pocket here, but I will leave it opening on the other side. So for this one, I will just use my regular, you know, wet glue, because obviously it's not got any fabric or staples or anything like that I need to make sure is really glued down. just glue that down like that. Okey-dokey, oops. Oh, well, that was a good way to cover up my mistake, wasn't it? I mean, obviously I have that somewhere else, don't I? Because that wasn't the only page I had stuck in upside down. I think because I'm obviously concentrating on other things a little bit, you know, kind of like everybody got their minds a little bit going, you know, other stuff going on. So that's obviously what happened there. Now, do we want to have any bling? I've got some silver bling. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? But I'm just going to check whether I would prefer to have the black, actually. So, oops. Let's just trim this down. I can just get rid of that big piece off of the desk. So, whoops. Let's just trim that down there. I should really check about whether I'm in frame and things, because obviously I've got my new camera set up, which, you know, I'm not that au fait with yet. So, you know, I must keep my eye on how the filming's looking. And again, it's very disconcerting because I'm filming through my phone now, you know, because I've got a new phone, and oh my gosh, it's so tiny compared to my iPad. So, you know, to see even the screen, to see the time is titchy. So yeah, it's all very different, but you know, I hope that the filming's looking okay for you guys. So right, love how that looks there. And then what I can do is just take something to tuck into the pocket. So let me just have a quick look. Oh, there's quite a few little tags, tiny ones. So I can just take a couple of those up there. Like that. And just trim that, whoa, trim that down. There's that one, and now this one. Okay, okie dokie, so that's my little tags now, just to go into that little pocket. So I will just pop those in there. And again, I mean, I can just ink those up slightly on the back so they're not really just stark white. So we'll just quickly do that. Okie dokie. And this one. It's fun to use different colour inks as well, to be honest, because, you know, I know that I'm guilty of always just using that vintage photo, which is gorgeous and, you know, beautiful. I do really love it, but you know, it is really nice to get some other things out, isn't it, and use some other things. So it's really nice to be able to use the pink and the blues and things like that. So I'll just pop those two in that pocket there. So I love how that looks now. So I just want to do something on here because it's looking a little bit you know, plain. So again, let me just see what else I've got here. Just having a look. I mean, I could just have one of these here, to be fair. Let me see what that would look like if I inked that up with the pink. You know, I don't know whether this would look awful or whether it might look okay. So let's just try. Might just give it a really strange look, but it might look okay. It's quite pretty, isn't it? And then I've got flowers here. If I could just have that like that, and then maybe we could just have a little bit of lace or something at the, you know, underneath there. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Like that. So I think I'm just going to do that. So again, I'm just going to use my hot glue, just a little bit there, like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop this down, and I think this might be the first time I have used one of these without using a brad, actually. I don't know why, but yeah. There we go. I just thought, actually, I don't think a brad's really necessary where this is going here. So just pop that little flower on there. I have also got a brighter flower. I wonder if that's better. No, 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 no. Oops. That was a blob from the hot glue gun. You know, when it dries and you get those blobs from it. There we go. Okay, so it's coming together now, this little journal. And I mean, you know, as I say, we're just making one of those similar ones to what we made in the 7 days off my desk. So, you know, it's not supposed to be a really big sort of journal, but just something really just pretty and, you know, gorgeous to journal in, really. So let's just see what our balance is going on like. Okay, so we've got, let's do something here on these front pages. We've got a couple of big pockets here. So I'm just going to cut out this one. Just to see whether we might like to have a big pocket. You know, we might or we might not. So we'll just cut it out to see. Actually, I'm thinking we won't have this. We might have one of the envelopes. So I'll just cut it out and then it's cut out. But, you know, we can use this then on a different page. So all is not lost. Okie dokie. I'll just fold in my edges. I must say I like these tall pockets, Marie. They're really nice. Really nice. Oops. Okay. Okay, so that's that one. So I'll just keep this, you know, somewhere, and we will add this, you know, to a page. Maybe again, maybe on here, because that's that page that I did upside down. The other page that I did upside down. So I'll just slot that in there so as I don't forget. Okay, so we're going to find something for here. And I said about an envelope, didn't I? So let me just check down in, because I had already cut out some envelopes. No, not that one. What have I done with them now? Oh no, what have I done with the envelopes? Oh, there they are. You know when you just think you're going mad? Oh, I could use this one with this gorgeous green, and actually it ties in perfectly there. So let's just fold this envelope up. Like that. I guess I should have folded the sides in first. Right, let's just fold those sides in. Like that, and like that. And then I'll just fold my sides. Okay, and then we've got obviously our flap. So just going to trim this down slightly. I bet I've trimmed that too far now. What a wally. Honestly, it plays havoc with your brain, all this stuff that's going on, doesn't it? Sorry to mention it again, but yeah. I mean more, you know, kind of kind of dreading the whole homeschooling thing, thinking, oh my gosh, what type of stuff are we going to have to be doing, I wonder. Right. So I'm thinking maybe we will glue this envelope on there. Oh, it would then be upside down. Maybe here. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we'll have it there and we'll cover that up with something. Yeah. So in the first instance, I'm going to just ink around on that inside part in the pink. Not the whole of the inside, but just, oops, just sort of slightly, so that when the flap is folded, it's just, you know, covering that up a little bit. So just ink around there. Like that. Okay. Okie dokie. So let's just glue my flaps down. Like that. Okay. Just fold them in and, oops, did I dab that on the, I should dab that on the ink pad now, look. Right. Just ink around that a little bit in the pink. Again, just to tie it in nicely with what else is on that page. Okay. Okie dokie. Right. Squash that down like that. So if we were to attach that to there, now I bought this fabric ruffle along, this pink, bright pink fabric ruffle, which I just thought, oh, that would be gorgeous along there. I'm then beginning to cover up that lovely paper, and it's really nice to have it kind of showing. Oh, I don't know now, unless I have the ruffle actually attached to the envelope. Is that just a bit strange? I don't know. Or perhaps I should just have the envelope here. Well, that would make more sense, because then it's actually, I'm just checking it was, you know, sit neatly. And then I don't cover up that. This is then the right way up. So that's, yeah, maybe that's a better call. So the only thing is I will then have that flap covering up that. Oh well, never mind. Right, so I'm going to leave that there for a moment while we think what to do on this side. So again, let me just see what else is included. There's lots of bits and bobs here to use. So, you know, I won't be short of something to use. I have got here these tickety bits. Let me just have a look. So let me just cut this one out. Just cut that one out like that. I think what I'll do is use my decorative scissors on the edge. Okay, and I will just do that down that edge as well. Okay. Like that. And then I wonder if I should put one of these tickets inside that. well, I might not actually. What I might do is might just ink this up a little bit in the pink. Like that. Oh, that green is just so yummy, isn't it? Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous colour. We could have that there, and let me just see what else I've got here. Could have just maybe one of those numbers on there. That looks pretty, doesn't it? Maybe even on some pink lace. Just got this teeny weeny bit of pink lace left, I think, unless I have more that I, you know, that's hidden somewhere and I don't even know where it is. That's always a possibility, to be honest. Always a possibility. Stranger things have happened, definitely. Now I'm wondering whether I want to actually put the whole ticket on top of the lace and then the number there. I kind of do prefer it like that, I must admit. Have a look. Oh, it's such a shame because I probably have got more of this somewhere, but I just don't know where in amongst all my mess. So that's just very, very annoying. You know, because no doubt once I finish this journal, I will then find it. You know, it will just suddenly appear out of nowhere, like so often is the case, isn't it? When you think you haven't got anything and then suddenly it's like, oh, I had loads there. What was I thinking? Right, okay, let me just have a think. What if we had, oops, the fabric ruffle running down there, or maybe across the bottom? Oh, maybe we'll do that. And I wonder if we could have a bit of the lace across the top of there. Move that down. Is it because this is just not standing out enough? I think that's why. Maybe I needed to go for something contrasting, but I don't know. Oh, it's so annoying. If only I could find the rest of that pink lace. Well, if I even have any more. Let me just have a quick check in my little bag that's here to the side, because it would not surprise me that much if actually I had some buried in there. No, I don't appear to have. But you know, stranger things have happened, to be honest. I wouldn't have been that surprised if there wasn't some stuck in there somewhere. Right. Okay, I've suddenly had a brainwave. Hold on. Ta-da! I suddenly thought I had this mulberry paper, which again I've had for absolutely yonks, and I thought, oh, I could use that underneath here. So because it just needed something to make this stand out, I think. So now again, you should really tear this, shouldn't you, against something. So let me just see whether I have anything that I can just use here. Let me just move this out of the way a bit. I never have been very good at the tearing of this mulberry paper, I must say. So please excuse my very shabby methods here. So that's one side. And then if I were to tear, let's just tear across here. Because what you kind of need to do is have enough to get hold of to tear. Again, there's probably some amazing method, which I just, you know, completely oblivious to, you know, that enables you to get this fantastic, I mean, look at the state of that. I just have made an awful job, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. Yeah, there's probably some fantastic method that I just am not aware of, to be honest, but who knows what that method is. Well, because as I say, I'm totally unaware of it. So just tear that across like that. Okay, let me put this to one side, but I will keep it close because I may like to use some more of that somewhere else in here. So I'm going to have this piece down at the bottom now. And, you know, hopefully I will have that fabric ruffle. So, oh, no, look, made a mess of it on the top and the bottom. I thought that was the mess that I had made on the bottom, but no, I'd made a mess on the top and the bottom. There we go, right. Okay, let me just bring my block back in and tear that. Oh my gosh, what a terrible job I made there. Even worse. Even worse, right. Oh well, never mind. Because I went through a phase of using this mulberry paper all the time. I just absolutely loved it when I was doing card making. Because it is very pretty and I do really like that torn effect, you know, even though clearly I'm not very good at doing it. But it is very pretty, isn't it? Right. So that's not too bad. Let's just tear this off a little bit more because it's quite large. And we just tear this one down a little bit like that. Just because otherwise this was perhaps just a little bit too big. So probably torn it too small now. That's how the video seems to be going. Well, I've suddenly realised why. It's because it's getting near lunchtime. So I'm obviously getting hungry and now just making, you know, stupid mistakes. Right, okay. Let's just go for this before everyone just loses the will to live here. Okay. So we'll just glue this down. Like that. Okay, so we got there in the end. And then we're just going to stick that number 7 on there because that's really pretty. So we just, again, you know, I just use the wet glue. Ooh, the wet glue for that. Okay. Right, that's looking good now. So I'm going to just glue this in as a top loading pocket. So again, what I'm going to do is just use my hot glue because, you know, I just need this to just glue down. So we just pop this here like that. Okay. Smush that down. Now, do we want to have any of the flowers that we brought along? Not sure. Right, we're going to have the fabric ruffle. And we're just going to run that kind of along here, I think. So, let me just check I've got it the right way up. I've stitched this very, very tight together. So, yeah, it's a little bit tricky to kind of even see. You know, when it sort of twists round and things, it then becomes tricky to actually see what's the right way up and what's not. So, there we go. And then just come up here a little bit. Like that, I think. I don't really want it going right the way up, so probably just to about, maybe just to the top of that pocket actually. So there we go, like that. Okay, right. Let's trim this off. Trim the top of the ruffle. Okay, and we just then dab a bit of glue there to finish that off. Okay. Quite like that flower up there actually. I know it's a little bit random, but I quite like it. So let's just see if we want any lace or anything like that on here. Hold on. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to run a bit of this purple lace or lilac lace across here. Like that. That's it. Let me just press that down. Okay, right. Do we want to have that flower there? What do you think? To see whether I've got something nice to put in the centre. You know, a nice button or something that would look really pretty on here. I mean, of course I have, but whether or not I've got it here is, you know, quite another question altogether. I haven't got any bling here, so let's just see whether we want any bling. Just pop that there. So I'm just going to need to touch that up a little bit to glue that down like that. Now, need to be careful here. Haven't got much bling to hang on to. Okay. Okie dokie, there we go. We just pop that down like that. Just peel off the excess glue. I do like that flower, to be honest. I think that would look pretty there. It looks quite bare when I take it away. So just going to glue that flower down just up there. I do want to put something in the centre of it. So let me just have a quick look in my little vintage buttons bag that's beside me. I mean, actually, this would be a time for maybe my non-vintage buttons, but my jar of those is over on the shelf, so I can't keep on stopping and starting the video, really. So, oh, I haven't got anything there. What's that one? It's a bit dull, that one. Oh well, I might have to leave that with nothing in the centre and then find something a bit later on to go in there. Okay, right, so I'm going to call that quits now, and I think I'd best have some lunch before I'm talking even more rubbish than normal. So I hope that you like what we've done in this journal. As I say, I mean, the kit itself is from After Midnight Designs. It's just such a gorgeous array of papers. So I hope that you like it. I will link it below for if you wanted to go and check out her shop. Something really nice and cheery and, you know, bright and colourful for these, you know, not such colourful times that we're having. So, yeah, I hope that you, like, you know, a little bit of colour. So I will see you all again soon. So take care and stay well. Thanks then. Bye.